I didn't care about nothing else but partying.
I should be doing horror film music.
Jävlar, kunde vi få över oss det här?
Why you getting that impression?
Jag älskar ju liksom så här typ koncept.
It's exciting, it's fresh, it's different. The purists hated it.
It's really strange.
I tried working for the man, but fuck it, you know.
Whatever makes you feel good, go with it.
Old to the new. A flavor from the old so you don't scare people, but with the future sound.
Allien är en technons supernova. Ständigt sökande efter nästa kreativa fas. Hennes musik är fylld av motsättningar. Både stenhård och dystopisk eller romantisk och upplyftande. Karg techno med förvrängd sång blandas med bubblande elektronika, vackert orkestrerad. Att följa Allien är både tacksamt och otacksamt. Vad som helst kan hända. Det här är musik och Dernulf med Allien.
With every album I'm trying to open a new journey for me, but at the end when you listen to all the albums you can hear my language, how I create music in a way. You can hear this is an Allien track or song.
Allien är på många sätt ryggraden i Berlins technoscen och hon är ingen vanlig artist. Hon har parallellt med sitt eget skapande kontinuerligt bidragit till att lyfta den elektroniska scenen eller åtminstone skapa förutsättningar för att andra ska kunna hitta sin röst. 10 album i eget namn och boss på skivbolaget BPitch Control. Ett bolag som fostrat artister som Paul Kalkbrenner, Apparat och Moderat, för att bara nämna några. Den här kvinnan ser till att saker och ting sker. Hon har visioner och genomför dem. So Allien, welcome to Musik och Dernulf.
Hello, nice to have me here in the digital world.
So how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm in Berlin since November. Actually, I was supposed to go on tour in USA, but I couldn't go because I had a club accident in my favorite club in Essen, and I broke my kneecap.
Wow.
Yes, and since then I'm in Berlin and I cancelled my USA tour, Mexico. So now I'm getting very better, and today my first day studio work. This was awesome.
Pandemi och krossad knäskål har ställt till det för Allien och plötsligt måste hon sitta still. Högst ovanligt. Skivbolag, bokningsagentur, egen musik och DJande. Idag är det här inte något som gör henne unik. Om det inte vore då för att hon har gjort det sedan 1995. Ja, vid den tiden sände hon även radio och levde på att arrangera fester. Går det att kategorisera vad hon skapar? Ja, du är välkommen att försöka. Enklast är att göra en liten resa genom hennes 10 album och när du gjort det så tror jag nog att du bäst kan sammanfatta det hela med techno i dess vidare betydelse av elektronisk musik. På samma sätt som hon älskar att vara experimentell så går hon lika mycket igång på ett rakt och hårt beat som driver ett dansgolv. Idag, 30 år efter att hon började DJa, har hon fått förnyad kraft genom sina livestreamade balkongspelningar. Med sin vanliga energi och en kombination av nytt och gammalt, remixade klassiker och diverse överraskningar har hon tagit kommando under pandemin. Ja, det var i början av 90-talet som hon hittade sin röst och initialt var den genom skivspelandet. Hennes val av musik gjorde också att hon fick sitt artistnamn. Musiken lät helt enkelt utomjordisk.
So the name Allien was not named by me. It was somebody gave this name to me, listened to my DJ sets, to my first DJ sets. He said to me, my name is Allien now. So I said, okay. And I asked him why. And he said, yeah, your music sounds like the sounds of the Allien movie, the first Allien movie.
That's a great description.
Yeah. very scary, you know. So I played back in the days also already very scary music, it looks like.
Ellen må vara intresserad av rymden, men det innebär inte per automatik att hon gillar allt som är associerat med den. Hon avskyr till exempel Allien-filmerna och de flesta science fiction-filmer som enligt henne handlar allt för mycket om krig och konflikter, och det enda som är bra med de här filmerna är musiken. Hon bär istället på en stark passion för naturen och det som finns bortom det vi känner till och kan se.
I think I had to connect with the planets around me. I had to connect with the sky and earth strongly because I had a while that made me crazy not to understand what's going on in the air, in the sky, and in outer space, because we don't know, and this made me crazy not to know something. I try to understand many things, and if I don't understand them, made me very crazy. Not to know what's going on there. So then I started trying to connect with planets, taking time to connect myself with the sea, and I started being more in Ibiza or in places by the sea, and just made me feel much better and more relaxed. So I need this element to connect with the water or with planets, not to get crazy because we don't know what's going on there. So, and I think I have a power of seeing things before they are coming, because I'm connected with these elements. I think that's why I can DJ also in this way, how I'm doing it.
Att kunna förutspå vad som ska hända är något som Allien till viss del känner att hon behärskar, och att det faktiskt hjälper henne i sitt arbete. Sedan många år tillbaka är världen hennes arbetsfält, och det innebär ständigt resande och nya publiker som får en möjlighet att upptäcka hennes egensinnighet. Att våga bryta av och göra något annorlunda är vardag och självklarhet för Allien.
I think that I heard Stadtkind at some point and thought that it was really pretty but also really harsh.
Russ Marshallek är journalist i New York.
And it was really, really cool to me because I hadn't really ever heard anything like that. And I thought that what she was doing with, utilizing her own vocals with that sort of like very melodic but harsh kind of techno was just super eye-opening to me. And I think that one of the things that I really, really love about her is her sense of playfulness. Like, I know that when I saw her here in New York on my birthday in 2009, the very first song that she played was an Animal Collective song, and I thought it was really funny that, this big, renowned, German techno DJ comes over here to New York, and the first thing she does is play Animal Collective.
På sajten Discogs, där du kan hitta information om i princip all världens utgiven musik, var det någon som skrev Ellens födelsedatum, varpå någon annan snabbt konstaterade att technos drottning inte har en ålder och att det där var högst opassande. En underbar kommentar och kärlekshandling i all sin enkelhet. Låt oss konstatera att den tyska naturkraften har passerat 50 och att det inte borde vara någon hemlighet med tanke på hur länge hon varit aktiv.
I was growing up in Lichtenrade. It's more living area. It's not in the center. So I didn't have the center life. It was like more living area, forest. Also, they had some Hochhäuser there, some high buildings. There I grew up with my mom and the boyfriend of my mom and my sister. I have a very strong relationship with my sister. And my grandma was living in this area, not so far. My uncle and my cousin. I was trying to find my way, and basically it was music. But when I think about my childhood, music was since ever the thing which made me relaxed and which made me dreaming a lot. Music opened my doors to dream. I really needed it because growing up with the second war in the back from the parents, because my mom was really traumatized. She was very attached from the second war. Also my my grandma, my family. So I had this dark thing on my back and I needed to release this, and I could release everything with the music.
Ellen Allien uppmuntrades in i musiken som litet barn och spelade både trummor och saxofon, men slutade efter några år. Samtidigt var musiken en stark och viktig kraft för henne och fick ökad betydelse via en lärare i skolan som uppmuntrade eleverna att plocka fram sina favoritartisters texter och översätta dem. I Ellens fall var det David Bowie som älskades både av henne själv och av familjen. Det var så hon fick lära sig engelska.
My English was not so brilliant, and then for my mother friend, they gave me like big David Bowie posters and David Bowie songbooks with notes, and so all the albums, and so I had a package of David Bowie stuff and reading Christiane F., the book. And it was like, wow, brainwash. And I didn't understand what this man was singing. It was so complicated. And also the music. So I never heard music like this before. And then I came really into this as a child, and I mixed it up in my child world. And then I decided, okay, I try to, with my English teacher, trying to analyze what he's saying. So I learned English with the songbooks, and of course I didn't understand still what he was singing, so I translated it in my world. So, and David Bowie was also the first chameleon in the music business for me, also so untouchable and so understandable for me, not understandable, that he was for me always like, still like something mysterious, something like, now I understand what he did. He did jazz kind of new, modern, mixed with all kind of, he created something new, actually. And yeah, this is David Bowie. So David Bowie is for me a very important figure from my childhood until now. This music just also came to me from my family. So I'm very thankful that it happened. And yeah, so my mother is not so into music. I mean, her best moments, or when I remember on birthdays or something, she danced and so happy, and he put some music on. So I see my mom mostly on the happiest moment while dancing on music. You know, this was also something very important for me, to see my mom so happy dancing for birthdays, or when he put the music on home, and I dressed up like funny and we were dancing. So this was like very beautiful moments, you know. So my father is more into music. He plays piano, guitar. I think I have it genetically from him. But this emotional moments, like sharing music in my house, in my family house, this came really from my sister, my mom, from friends, from my family, and for this I'm very thankful.
Berlin i början av 90-talet hade precis sett det omöjliga hända. Muren mellan öst och väst revs. Öst- och Västberlin förenades åter, och plötsligt fanns det en enorm framtidstro. Det mesta förändrades. Gamla regler gällde inte längre och allt kändes möjligt. Ellen upptäckte elektronisk musik och var full av skapariver. Statliga och militära byggnader togs över av konstnärer och aktivister. En bunker blev passande lokal för en technoklubb och ett fängelse blev ett museum. Ytor blev tillgängliga eller bara ockuperades. Vem ägde egentligen huset? Ja, många ställde inte ens frågan. Under tiden frodades konstnärer och musiker, och Berlin blev snabbt Europas nya kulturella nav. Här kunde man bo billigt och framförallt möta och samarbeta med likasinnade. Det var i den här vevan som Ellen kom tillbaka till stan efter en tid i London. Väl där hade hon till slut fastnat för dansmusiken, men det var inte riktigt den musiken som hon initialt intresserade sig för.
At the beginning, when I started going in discotheques or in clubs, it was West Side and it was based on black music, soul, funk, hip-hop. Then I went to many hip-hop parties, but I didn't like the crowd so much because they were really rude. The way the guys talked to me, trying to pick me up, was really ugly. I didn't like it. And then the first acid house party started in Berlin, and I went there from friends. I didn't like the music at all. It was too fast for me to dance, but I really liked the people, like gay people, lesbian people moved to Berlin, like new people. Like there was something which gave me space and the other space, and where I could connect much better with the people. I could talk better with those people. That's why I went there. And at one point I learned to dance on this music and then I started loving it. And it became a very important part in my life. Also, there was one point when I was a teenager, I danced in a kind of teenager disco, and the DJ played the model and some new Neudeutsche Welle music, very electronic with German vocals, and this really changed also my attitude for music or my ears. Because before I listened to Michael Jackson, all these American productions, really full productions, overdosed of sounds, a lot of lines going on at one point, effects. And Neudeutsche Welle and model Kraftwerk was like more minimal and more, I don't know, it felt more like my music. I think it was maybe because of the environment, Berlin, maybe sounds from the city, more colder, maybe the way I grew up with kind of music. Kraftwerk was very important music. When I was a teenager, Nina Hagen and Neudeutsche Welle, Ideal, and this changed completely my music world, my brain. Also, I could understand the lyrics. These lyrics fitted more into my life, so I could jump on this like a train into the future.
När hon så hittat ett hem inom den elektroniska musiken och den blomstrande technoscenen i Berlin, så bestämde hon sig, ivrigt påhejad av kompisar, att faktiskt våga spela skivor på en klubb. Livrädd visade hon ändå att det fanns talang och mer jobb följde. Det dröjde inte länge för hon blev resident på The Bunker, Tresor och E-verk, och nu väcktes intresset för att skapa musik, även om hon lät saxofonen vila.
Ab nächsten Montag wird das Kiss 99 Abendprogramm einfacher. Von 21 bis 23 Uhr. Club DJs in the house. DJs Doc Vernon, Steve Mason, André Lopez, Fierce, Allien und Special DJ Guests. The Electric Stuff. Und von 23 bis 1 Uhr Black to the Room.
Det många ändå tidigt förknippade Allien med var hennes radioshower på Kiss FM. Brain Candy hette showen, och den bestod av långa mixar såklart, där hon dök upp någon gång i timmen för att tipsa om fester och snacka lite om låtarna.
Zurich Satellite in the House mit Sugaran, Dex aus Australien. He comes from Sydney. Nach den Nachrichten lege ich wieder für euch auf und ich sage euch mal schnell das Setup. Die erste ist Polygon Window mit Ouch. Die nächste Man from Del Bosca, Dreams Bocum. Die dritte Tunnel Trance.
Hon tog jobb i en skivaffär och började samtidigt producera musik med ett par vänner. Det resulterade snart i färdiga låtar, och 94 kom så den första singeln. Brain Candy blev namnet på skivbolaget, samma namn alltså som på radioprogrammet. Det var som att hon kastades in i en virvelvind av möjligheter och tog dem alla. Hon gjorde fester som gick bra och så även radioshowen, men musiken däremot stötte snabbt på problem. Distributören av hennes skivbolag började lägga sig i och tyckte att hon inte riktigt visste vad hon gjorde och påpekade tydligt hur han tyckte att det skulle låta.
He started telling me how I have to make some music like Chris Liebing, and the music has to be like that and that to sell it on the phone in Frankfurt. Alan, the music, we can't sell your music so well. It's too abstract. You have to make, you have to change the music like Chris Liebing or that and this kind of artists. I said, oh, really? Okay, now we stopped working, and I hanged off. And this was the end of Brain Candy Records. But very amazing records came out, like 5 very brilliant records. So I stopped working with them, and I said, okay, I stopped Brain Candy. So, and after some years later, one friend said to me, I said, because in 99, or from 97 to 99, we had a very hard time in Berlin. Tresor closed down, Ewer closed, the biggest, like something like Berghain closed down. And the techno scene was burned out because of Mayday, because of Love Parade. So it was down. It was sold out. And I played in the East Side mostly because Berlin DJs at this time wasn't really respected in London, Paris, Madrid, or in Spain. And so I played mostly East Side and in Berlin. And one point I said, maybe I stopped. This is too criminal now. It's too much mafia, because there was one point it was really mafia. The clubs had really problems with the mafia. And it was really the end for me. And then I met a guy, and he said, oh, Ellen, maybe you should start a label again. Who else than you? And I started already BPitch events with somebody, with a gay person, friend of mine, at SS36 and in some brilliant locations. And we rent everything, sound system, tacheles, we made events. In warehouses, we rent all the sound system. We brought the best visual people from Berlin, and we start creating raves. And he said, a label again, I don't know. And he said, call it BPitch, like your events, everybody's running there, it's amazing. And said, okay, so I started again a label, BPitch Control. Now it's very cool for us. We bring out here and there something, amazing artists from worldwide. We are working on nice projects. It's I'm very happy with it.
I guess BPitch is a little mountain with a lot of little very colorful bugs on it. Ellen is the queen inside.
All the boys around me have to find a way to put me somewhere. I'm the chef, I'm the queen, I'm something, but I think I'm part of them.
She's our friend, and sometimes she's a boss. She's not easy, but she's cool, but we are not easy as well. So
I feel like a pusher. I push people, I push the business.
She's totally respected, and because she did something and she's doing still.
BPitch Control is teamwork and friendship and respect, and good music, of course, is the number one.
Techno is something very emotional for us. I mean, when the wall came down, techno became big because...
Du hörde Moderat och Apparat om att ge ut musik på BPitch Control och hur det är att samarbeta med Allien, taget från dokumentären Speaking in Codes. Ja, det som gör att mycket av hennes musik sticker ut är hennes sätt att använda sin röst. Det här kom i en tid när technon till skillnad från housen absolut inte använde sig av sång. Där housemusiken har sina rötter i diskon och soulmusiken till viss del. Med sången som ett självklart element så var technon i sin bångstyriga nyskapar-anda raka motsatsen. Här var det snarare en bonus om allt var så olikt allt annat som möjligt. Låtstruktur och sång var det första som valdes bort i technon. Även där var Ellen unik och valde att gå sin egen väg. Hennes intresse för sång bidrog till att hon helt enkelt skapade produktioner olika alla andra.
I love vocals, but cool vocals. I love more cooler vocals. Like if somebody's singing very like, if it's not interesting for the person to sing, you know, just singing it like without any untouchable voices. I love to rework on vocals that they sound like out of space. I love if there's some epic melodies in the background that it's starting to sound hypnotic. This is what I want to do at the moment and continue. Yeah. This is my dog.
Varje gång hon gör ett album vill hon ha med sig ny teknik in i studion. Allt för att det inte ska låta som förra gången, utan så att soundet och produktionen ska kännas helt annorlunda.
The fact that she hasn't really stuck to one sound, like she did the very like harsh thing, then she did the vocal thing, and then she did the pop thing with Apparat, and now I feel like she's getting really into some very high BPMs and some very like fierce squelchy sounds, and it's just you never really know what an Allien record is gonna sound like, but you always know that it's gonna bang.
The first albums, I always wanted to do next one different than the other. It was very important for me, and it was also really important for me not to do something like what is up to date at the moment. Or this works now, or that. I just did music every time. The idea I had for myself, which I wanted to create in the studio, which is interesting for me at this moment, maybe working with a specific synthesizer or effects or this and that, or with a specific producer. If I listen now, I listen many albums. Yeah, all the albums I listen between I work, and I love every album so much because every album really tells the story of my life. It's a diary of my life. I produce many tracks. I really work on one track until it's finished. If it's not good, I kick it away. I just deleted it, you know? Yeah, and mostly I work also with my vocal, and there's always something behind the curtain, a life story. So, yeah, if I look back and I listen to the tracks, I wouldn't do them also different, you know? I always would keep them. Yeah, at the end, what people saying is not important for me so much, you know? Also, when I brought out Soul or some albums, and people said, why it's not like Berlin-led? I would love to have, or after the Apparat and my album. Why it's not like that? Because after this album, I didn't want to have this. I was not able to produce again like that. I was tired of the sounds of the MOOC and whatever, and yeah. So with every album, I'm trying to open a new journey for me. But at the end, when you listen to all the albums, you can hear my language, how I create music in a way. You can hear this is the Allien track or song.
Mottot att ständigt förnya sig är inte ett självklart sätt att bygga en karriär på eller få en trogen följarskara. Ja, Ellen är unik genom sin vilja till ständig förändring. 2011 samarbetade hon med dansare och koreografer för att skapa musiken till dansföreställningen Drama per Musica som hade premiär på Centre Pompidou i Paris. En mix av abstrakt techno, poesi och mörker. Dels skulle föreställningen symbolisera mörkret på dansgolven och osäkerheten i världen. Tanken fanns att ta den vidare på turné, men Ellen hade svårt att passa in det hela i sitt späckade DJ-schema. Ja, det tog några år, sen bestämde hon sig för att ta delar av föreställningen och göra det till ett album. Och det blev ett album olikt alla hennes andra.
So I had in my mind since many years, after producing so many tracks, yeah, one point in the studio, I said, I want to create a 45-minute soundtrack. Not producing in the same schema, in the same way, like a break, and the bass drum comes in, bass line, in the same recipe. And then one guy asked me, do you want to do with us a project, music, and we would perform it on stage in Pompidou, in Paris, and in stages in France, touring in museums. I said to him, I don't know if I can do museums with you, like in France, everywhere, because I have my year's full of bookings, DJ bookings, but we can do one for sure. And yeah, this was always my dream to do, to create music without thinking about a club or sounds or arrangements, which I do since many years. Just arrangements I feel like, and in 45 minutes. Later on, we cutted the tracks for Spotify, that people can choose what they want to listen because many people are not able to listen 45-minute soundtracks. And so we cutted the tracks and we kept also the 45 minutes.
Ja, när musiken från Lism lyfts ur sitt sammanhang och det visuella tas bort så visar det på hennes egensinnighet och målmedvetenhet. Ja, albumet gavs ut 2013 och markerar ett skifte bort från klubbarnas svett och eufori. Här är 9 spår som är friare än mycket av det hon tidigare och senare gjort. Här finns stunder av proggrock och elektroakustisk musik och framförallt så plockas instrumenten fram och det är trevande och snarare är det så att hon försöker fånga och beskriva stämningar. När jag mötte henne i början av 00-talet så gjorde hon klart för alla svenska lyssnare att Berlin minsann inte behövde fler kreatörer utan snarare företag och tillverkningsindustri. Inte en DJ till. Nu, snart 20 år senare, är Berlin inte längre en billig stad att bo i och prisnivån har fått många kreatörer och musiker att lämna. Så nu är det istället helt andra saker som Ellen tycker att staden behöver.
You know what I'm saying now these days? Okay, now we really do need female event production managers and also club owners made by females or queer people. Not only gay, heteros, more queer and female. Because sometimes if there are too many men working, it's too, I don't know. It has to be more mixed that the companies, the chefs are more female and queer people, 100%. This would help a lot to work more without as much attitudes. This is really like not moving forward then, you know. I mean, I like machos. I'm sometimes also macho. I have also some macho attitudes sometimes.
Ett projekt som ligger henne nära är vinylism, som innebär att hon åker runt och spelar i skivaffärer som för att uppmuntra vinylsamlare och visa på betydelsen av skivaffären som mötesplats för klubbkulturen. Ja, Allien är i ständig rörelse. Ingen vet hur hon låter imorgon. Det om något är techno. Ja, du har hört musik och Dernulf. Supporta gärna podden genom att bli Patreon och framförallt stöd artisterna som du gillar. Tack för att du har hängt med så här långt. Jag hoppas vi hörs igen.
Ellen, thanks a lot. Thanks for taking the time and being a guest here. And have a great 2022.
Yeah, I wish you also the best. And hopefully soon I'm also in Sweden. Maybe we're going to go also to Sweden for a little boat trip. This I really wanted to do. Because I prefer the sea more colder than the hot sea. I think in Sweden this is really really amazing going on the boat. Let's see if we can do that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.